Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Rex.
And he's leaving.
No, man.
And he's back. I'm Daniel. And he's gone. And he's back. And he's gone. And he's back again. All right, we're doing another gift from Matt Urban.
Matt Urban, you magnificent bastard.
This is from Pennsylvania, from Lebanon, Pennsylvania. And this is a couple, David Stein and Jolene Stein.
Okay.
Most people don't know this. The song Jolene was written for Jolene Stein.
No.
By
Shut the hell
Dolly
up.
Parton.
Shut the hell up. A long time ago.
Probably 20 years before Jolene was born.
Is that why you were singing this freaking song?
I know, I've got it stuck in my head. I was researching this whiskey and all afternoon I'm going, Jolene, 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 Jolene.
Well, I stood here like a chump.
Yeah.
Waiting to shoot.
Please don't take him just because
Definitely,
you can.
definitely not mooching bonus whiskeys.
You know, that's the cork size on this. Make it a little bit more. Feel that.
No, there's,
It feels.
they got a good deal on some cork.
Yeah, they did. Okay, so here's the thing. They currently have one of the largest aging stocks of whiskey in Pennsylvania, according to them. 300 barrels sitting upstairs just waiting.
Okay.
They didn't source any whiskey. They started with clear spirits.
Yeah.
They waited 2 years to be able to have a straight bourbon.
Yeah.
This is batch number 2, bottle 16.
It's good coloring for 2 years.
Bottled in December of 17, and it's 60%, so they're doing it at barrel strength. That's a bold move.
Barrel strength.
Let's just, before I taste it, let's just put it out there that when you have a limited supply,
Right.
putting something out at barrel proof,
Right.
that's a choice to lose money.
No, it is. It absolutely is.
Well done.
So you said 60%?
60%.
Think about that. If you could make it 40%,
Yeah.
how much further could you stretch out that whiskey?
Yeah, 50% more. Not really. The math doesn't add up.
30%,
but a lot more, right? You could easily sell a third more bottles.
Yeah.
And that's just money. I mean, for a small distillery, that's money in the bank. Now they took over this old historic building, and it's beautiful. Renovated the whole downstairs to be a really beautiful bar. So they also serve food and things in this bar. So they're invested.
I am getting on the nose. It's weird.
I don't know which batch this is.
It's the tiniest bit of lime.
Really? Lime?
Lime.
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can.
It's mixed in with the dust and the wood and the oak.
I think it's the bite. I think there's a little bit of a nose bite to this.
Just a trace of
I am
lime.
getting that really young corn rye combo.
You know what I'm not getting, which I'm excited about? That kind of funky raw leather.
Yeah, not the sour.
That's not there at all.
Yeah.
Not there at all.
Now, I will tell you, their batch 1 was 75 corn, 21 rye, and 4 barley. The next batch was 70 corn, 20 rye, and 10 barley.
Right.
I'm not sure which one this is. My guess is this is the second one.
This is premium straight bourbon whiskey. Does premium have any legal definition? Mm-mm. Okay. So you can call things very old. You can call them premium. It's just...
Yeah. You know what we should do? We should create a whiskey. Ooh, the taste on that's interesting, complex. We should create a whiskey that has all of the terms that are not legally regulated on one bottle. The very old, premium, magnificent bastard.
I'm kind of digging this, man. This is...
It's got some of those weird coffee espresso notes.
Coffee and a lot of character. Was it just straight, normal, regular oak cask?
Yeah.
There's some type of wood character going on here. It's not one-dimensional oak to me.
My aftertaste is dry, but not bitter.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Which is weird. And my tongue feels dry, but it's not bitter, which is interesting. Now, they have, pretty hot summers up in Pennsylvania for what they consider to be summers in the north. It's not like in Austin where it can get to 115 and 95% humidity. I'm loving the bite on this thing, and I am just getting more and more dark chocolate in the spread. I'm getting a lot of notes I would normally attribute to just a rye instead of a bourbon.
Yeah. This is a unique bourbon, I think.
As a matter of fact, if I was poured this and I wasn't told the proof or what it was, I would probably be leaning towards rye.
Really?
Right now.
I don't know if I could know enough to lean anywhere with the notes that I'm getting.
Yeah.
It's not classic bourbon, but it's not completely foreign flavors.
I'm not getting any of the heavy corn notes that I get on a bourbon normally.
Whew. Got hot.
When you watered it down, it got hot? How much water did you put in? A full cap?
No, a little less than a full cap. Just
Okay.
tiny bit less.
I put a full cap.
Tiny bit less than a full cap. Got hot, and the sweetness really opened up there. Toned down the wood notes a little bit. I still do.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it better.
Yeah.
We're probably down to about 50 at that point.
I'm so pleasantly surprised by this.
Dude, you should do a bottled and bond whiskey if you have enough stock for it, because at 50, at straight 50, this would be a fantastic whiskey. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. I told Rex beforehand that the bottle and the lettering and the font reminded me of a certain genre and era of music, and then we decided it was Spinal Tap. The thing about this label is it's so black.
It couldn't be.
It could be no more black.
Just that the proof of the alcohol, that stays with you. I still get that mouth burn, even at 50%.
Yeah.
These aren't classic bourbon flavors, but they're not completely foreign and alien. It's just, it feels like it's more pronounced bourbon notes that are usually subdued, and the bourbon notes that are usually highlighted and pronounced, those are subdued. It's kind of switching around what you typically get out of bourbon.
So here's what's weird. I'm still getting rye. Now, and if you remember do you remember your history?
What elements are rye? Not the anise.
No. Just the spiky rye bread rye. So you remember your history, and then you remember that Pennsylvania is one of the original whiskey centers of America.
Right.
It's where the Whiskey Rebellion was. And it was predominantly rye whiskey.
Right.
Monongahela, right? It almost feels like they made a bourbon, but the spirit of Pennsylvania wouldn't let go and kept it a rye.
Do you want some Michter's?
Is it Michter's rye?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, good. I won't get the necklace then.
Oh, okay.
If you said no.
No, I want to compare it to a rye instead of a bourbon.
Right.
But you know what I mean? It's almost like, let's make a bourbon, and then the spirit of Pennsylvania was like, it's still a rye. We know you're trying for a bourbon, but we're going to make it rye anyway. Now, this is a sourced rye. If I remember correctly, Michter's was MGP. I'm not certain on that.
So much more.
Well, and theirs is older. The Michter's is older.
There's a lot more honey sweetness on that Michter's.
Well, and that's longer in the sweet wood sugars barrel.
Moro de Simone. The first level certification costs $4,000? Question mark, question mark, question mark. There's a lot of question marks.
Yeah.
That is way too expensive. WTF. Yeah, Daniel. WTF. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Okay, here's an explanation of our program's expense level.
Well, and for those, because we don't often talk about it, the program for the sommelier program that is here at the school, Wizard Academy, to train and certify sommeliers.
Right.
Right.
So, a couple things. The first is, in our industry, and we are not in the food and beverage industry, this is a very normal price. Our school is a school for independent entrepreneurs. Our students are almost entirely business owners and entrepreneurs. And for them to go to one of our classes at Wizard Academy is anywhere from $2,000 to $7,000 for 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
That's very normal in that environment, right? Now, if you want to go into real estate or you want to get a beverage certification, it's more normal for it to be like $600.
Right.
Right? We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you want to get a serious training from ADI or like a distillation class, one of their 2-day classes, or Nancy's 2-day class, it's $1,500, $2,000, right? Now, our class is not focused on certifications the same way everyone else is. And so, yeah, we're expensive. That's on purpose. That is because we're not trying to make all of our money from this class. We want anybody who walks into the room to be taking it very seriously.
Right.
Because they spend enough money that it hurts. And we only allow 12 people per class. And we've sold out every class we've held so far at level 1. So I don't need to drop the price, and we do way more than any certification I have ever been a part of. Your room and board is included. We cater in from the nicest restaurants in town. We sample 36 whiskeys in those 2 days. We hang out in the evening. We have special guests. For example, the one I'm hoping to have coming up soon is a huge deal that I can't see on camera yet, but you're going to find out about it. And then we train not just on deductive tasting and whiskey history, but also on public speaking and marketing, and our instructors are some of the top marketing instructors in the world. So, you get what you pay for.
So I want to say this, though, because this channel grew by leaps and bounds beyond anything we had ever planned or anticipated.
Yes.
And anybody that feels like, well, the next level for me to go to with, the channel is this training course. Not necessarily.
No, that's not true.
Like, if this is a price point that's out of your league, if you don't have that serious of an interest and that serious of a way that you can use this kind of training in your career, just know it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
It is absolutely fine. You don't have to do that. Just hang out with us in the channels and have fun.
Absolutely.
But those people that want to take it to the next level, yes, there is a next level, and yes, that's the people that are coming here are very serious about investing in their careers.
Okay, so here's the thing I will say. If you're an alumni of Wizard Academy, which means you've been involved in anything else that Wizard Academy does, you get the alumni rate, and that includes the whiskey class, which is half off. The alumni rate at our school is always half off.
Okay.
So instead of $4,000, it's $2,000.
Wow.
What I have said is, if you are a veteran, you can have the alumni rate at our school.
Oh, nice.
So if you are a veteran, it costs you $2,000, not $4,000.
Right.
You just need to let me know I have a coupon code for you specifically.
Right. And if you've ever taken any other kind of class, then you pay 50%. Glasgow Mick. This was too much fun, lads. Thanks for the laugh.
The Burns night.
The Burns night. P.S. You can't knock haggis. Definitely a must try for everyone. Ignore what it is and how it's made.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
So I feel like that's true with a lot of food, which is just don't peek behind the curtain and you'll probably love it, right?
So how do we compare the Michter's Rye to?
The Michter's Rye, but you see what I mean? The whole ending spike is very similar to the ending spike on this. At the very end. Not the body of the whiskey, but the finish. Yeah, and I mean, it is 21% rye, which is a lot of rye.
No,
but still even more so than what I would consider to be high rye.
The lingering flavor to dominantly be there.
Yeah, it's wild.
But I really like it, actually.
Yeah, me too. Well done, hidden still. And it's called David E. Bourbon because the name of the guy is David E. Stein. All right, here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight, may you fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal lovers' hearts.
You drink,
may you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.